So why would an organisation voluntarily report its greenhouse gas emissions?
Many organisations voluntarily report their greenhouse gas emissions, and there are several reasons why. Firstly, their customers want them to, and secondly, their investors want them to.
So how would an organisation know if its customers wanted them to report their greenhouse gas emissions?
Firstly, if their customers are other businesses, they might be required to complete the CDP Supplier Information Request. This is a questionnaire sent out every year in April with responses required by the end of July. It includes questions about annual emissions and about emissions targets. Major companies such as Jaguar Land Rover, Unilever, Nestlé, Vodafone and Kellogg's require their suppliers to complete the CDP Supplier Information Request. A supplier to one of those companies would be foolish not to comply. Secondly, if they're a consumer goods business, then a proportion of their customers will be green and will expect to purchase products from a company that takes climate change seriously and reports their emissions. It would be unwise for a business to ignore the requirements of those customers because their competitors will be keen to pick up those green customers.
You mentioned investors. What's their interest?
The Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures issued their report in June 2017. This task force was launched in 2016 by Mark Carney, Governor of the Bank of England, and is chaired by Michael Bloomberg, who was Mayor of New York for 12 years. Its objective is to give guidance to businesses so they can identify and disclose information wanted by investors and other external stakeholders to assess the climate-related risks and opportunities of individual companies. This information includes greenhouse gas emissions. Investors, including lenders, are acutely aware of the risks posed by climate change and want to manage that risk within their portfolios. So, ignoring those requests for greenhouse gas emissions information is likely to make it more difficult and more expensive to raise capital for business growth.